So, I started making the video for It Chapter 2, and I realized I'm just summarizing the movie. I'm not giving my opinion on it, right? I was just summarizing, like, the key points that happened. But yeah, let me talk about it. So, the movie starts off with this gay couple, and, dude, we get to see how homophobic Derry is. I get it. It's like, actually, I don't get it, because it's like 2016, right? Um, and yeah, they just beat the shit out of this twink. Like, there's this twink and this other gay guy. The other gay guy is from Derry, and the twink isn't, right? And the twink's like, "Fuck you guys, what, you want me to suck your dick or something?" And the guys genuinely beat the dog shit out of this guy, like he's bleeding out on the pavement, and then they throw him over, like, there's like this rail, and the rail leads to the river, and they throw him over, and he lands in the river, right? And whoop-de-doo, guess who's in the river? Fucking Pennywise, and he murders this guy, he eats him, right? Well, first, he, like, helps the guy out. He's like, "Oh, grab my hand, bro. Like, I got you. I got you, bro." And so the twin grabs his hand, is saved, and then the guy from Derry comes down, and he's like, "Hey, bro, where the fuck are you?" He sees him. He just sees Pennywise take a bite out of him, and then a bunch of balloons appear. And no one thinks this is weird, right? No one sees this besides them two. And yeah, the twink is never to be seen again. That's a pretty hard opening for It Chapter 2, yeah. Then we got to Mike being like, "Losers, y'all better pull the fuck up, because y'all promised me 27 years ago, yeah, bro, well, if Pennywise ever comes back, we will stop it, and we will take care of it." And Mike's like, "Y'all said that shit. On God, look at your hand. You see that mark on your hand? Yeah, that was the promise we made." And everybody's like, scratching their heads like, "What? What are you talking about? Who are you?" But then they're like, they look at the mark and they're like, "Oh yeah, back in the day we fought a cosmic being. That's crazy." So everybody's like living their lives, and all of them have like a pretty drastic reaction to figuring out that they have to come back. Everybody's like, "Oh hell nah. No, bro, I really don't want to go back. That shit was scary as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I know in the movie we were like, we can't be afraid of him, but I'm low-key terrified. I'm so terrified of Pennywise." Everybody's reaction was like that. So they all pull up to Derry, except, unfortunately for Stanley, who ends up game ending himself, because he's like, "I'll just slow you guys down. Y'all got that." And I'm like, "Stanley, what the fuck? Why would you do this to them?" They figure out that they have to get, like, these artifacts to seal Pennywise away, and the way to figure that out is Mike drugs Bill, and Bill's like, "Bro, did you lace my shit?" And Mike's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did that shit." And so Bill starts tripping balls, and he's like, "Oh my God, I understand it all now. I seen everything." The only ones that are really on board in the beginning are Bill and Mike, but that's because Mike drugs Bill, and everybody else is like, "Fuck this. We remember about Pennywise. Remember what happened. We're fucking leaving." And Bill's like, "No, we promised we would stop it, and that we would take care of it." So in order to fulfill the ritual of Chud, the ritual of Chud, they have to find their artifacts. Because in the first movie they split up for a bit. When Richie was like, "Fuck this, I'm not gonna fight Pennywise, you're insane," they all split up for a bit, and they all went their own paths, and they all have to find their artifacts on their own. So not everybody. So Bill and Mark are like, "You know what? We should split up." And the rest of the group is like, "Y'all are some of the dumbest motherfuckers we have ever met in our lives, and we don't know why we're friends with you. That is the stupidest idea you have had in the last fucking 8 minutes, besides taking on Pennywise." But Mike's like, "Nah, bro, we gotta do it on our own." And then they immediately go to get Stanley's artifact together. And I'm like, what? Is it because he's dead that y'all can do it together? What is this, bro? So they go down to, like, this place that Ben built back in the day for the losers. They get his shit. And then what else happens? Fuck, what else happens? Ben turns out to be a Chad. Unfortunately, bro is still in love with the huzz back in 1980, whatever time it was. Beverly, right? And Beverly's been married to this guy who low-key abuses her. And yeah, Beverly. What the fuck, man? I thought you left Derry to leave that shit behind. Why would we go back? Why? Why would you do this? Now I know it's not her fault, and unfortunately she goes through the same thing again. And yeah, Ben still loves her to this day, and I'm like, damn, Ben, she really struck a chord with your heart, huh? What a lover boy. Ben's a lover boy. Shout out Ben. So then everybody splits up and goes to get their own artifact. And we find out that the bully from the first movie is alive, which is insane to me because he got launched to the bottom of a well. Wells are deep as fuck, bro. And I'm like, how is this kid alive? Right? And I'm like, does this mean he's young in the future? But no, it turns out he grows up too. And he's in an insane asylum. And Pennywise recruits him to kill the rest of the losers. I'm like, Pennywise, why do you need a henchman to do this shit for you? Aren't you like a cosmic being, eater of worlds? My ass, dude. You need a psychopath to help you? What are you doing? And then the scenes after this is just a compilation of all the members going back to the places that they were at when the losers split up and getting their items, but having flashbacks to what they were doing back in the day in those same places, right? When they had the item. And then we get like a bunch of Pennywise scares. We get a naked old lady. We get Georgie for the 8th time. We get a lumberjack for Richie. And it turns out Richie's gay. So, you know, shout out him. What else happens? Who else do we see? I know we see Eddie, like, and the leper guy. And his mom.
Yes.
What else? Ben gets Beverly and Pennywise. Pennywise pretends to be Beverly and flirts with him. And I'm like, what the fuck, Pennywise? Why would you do this to Ben? And he says, "Kiss me, fat boy," which I wrote down here, which I thought was really funny, hearing Pennywise say that shit. Oh, wait, Eddie locks in against the leper. Eddie, like, starts choking the fuck out of the leper. And I'm like, holy shit, Eddie, you're low-key metal as fuck. God damn. He's about to kill him, too, but then he, like, runs away or some bullshit. So Pennywise a bitch, confirmed. And it turns out that Pennywise is like, yo, I'm about to murder this fucking kid. And it was a kid that they met at a restaurant in the beginning of the movie. And Bill was like, oh, hell nah, I gotta save this kid. I can't let them do him like they did Georgie. So he goes to the carnival, and he fails. He fails to save this kid. And I was like, damn, bruh, that fucking sucks for him. Second time seeing some kid get murdered. Or, no, not second time, but you know what I mean. Second time that he feels that he could have saved a kid from being murdered. And he doesn't. So then he crashes out, and he's like, I gotta kill this guy myself. And everybody's like, dude, the whole point of us getting these artifacts is that we would do it together. Why the fuck would you go on your own? So then they all pull up to the house, and they're all like, we gotta slime out Pennywise. Before this, they killed the bully. Well, Eddie did. Eddie was metal, like, throughout this, most of the movie. I'm gonna get into something later, but, like, before they crash out and all that, they have a scene in the hotel where Eddie is coming back from choking out the leper. And he's like, dude, I just got fucking vomited on by the leper. I feel sick. I don't want to fucking be here. And then the psychopath bully from the past pulls up, and he stabs Eddie in the jaw. And I'm like, oh my god, Eddie, you're fucking cooked. But nah, he's fine. He pretends to go into the bathroom, into the tub, closes the curtain, and then he stabs the bully. And then the bully waddles off. I don't know how the hell he walked that off. So that takes care of the bully. Wait, no. Then the bully pulls up on Mike, and Richie murders the bully, because Richie pulls up, and he's like, oh, hell nah. So he uses an axe from the library, because they have, like, a bunch of history shit there, and he murders the bully, and he's like, damn, bruh, I just took a life. Oh, well. So now let me talk about when they go into the sewers to fight Pennywise. They go down there, and Eddie, unfortunately for Eddie, he just can't take it no more. Bro turns into a bitch for the rest of the time he's in the sewers until the very end. Like, he sees that, while they're still in the house before they go into the sewers, like, Pennywise does some more creepy shit and, like, is almost about to eat Richie or whatever. And Bill is holding him off. And he's like, yo, Eddie, pass me the fucking, weapon or whatever. I forgot what they had. And Eddie's like, I can't. I'm too scared. And I'm like, Eddie, what the fuck? Lock the fuck in. You almost killed Pennywise, and you almost killed the bully. You are a warrior. Lock the fuck in, Eddie. This is not a game, right? But nah, unfortunately he sells, and I think Beverly clutches up. No, Ben clutches up. Ben clutches up, and he look-y takes care of business. Then they go down into the sewers, and that's where they swim and find Pennywise's original like crater that he made when he landed on Earth. They start doing the chant, and then it doesn't work. I forgot why it doesn't work. I think it doesn't. Why doesn't it work? I forgot. But it turns out Mike lied. Mike was a bitch, and he lied, and he's like, yeah, it didn't even work originally when the Native Americans did that shit. So Pennywise Loki starts fucking with them, puts them in fears. Eventually, they all lock the fuck in, and to win, they just bully the shit out of him. But before that, unfortunately, Eddie is a baller and uses a weapon against Pennywise and almost kills him, right? But he gets stabbed, and I was like, damn, bruh. Eddie, you are a warrior. You locked in at the last second, but you got fucking slimed out. And I was like, fuck, man. How could this happen? Right? But yeah, they bully the shit out of Pennywise, and that makes him weak and frail. Then they crush his heart, and everybody's saved. Right? I didn't even talk about the scene where Richie's like, fuck you, Pennywise, you're a bitch, I hate you, and you fucking suck. And then he gets deadlighted, and he starts floating and shit. He's facing incomprehensible horrors. Fuck. Yeah. And yeah, that's where Eddie throws a weapon and he gets slimed out. So R.I.P. Eddie, R.I.P. Stanley. They all get to live the rest of their lives, remembering now because Pennywise is dead. R.I.P. the Big P. Funny until the last scene. He was very fun. This movie was very funny. Now that I think about it, this is a very funny movie. More of a comedy, like I said. But yeah, now I can watch Welcome to Derry and know like some more lore and finally get some of the Easter eggs that I know are in the show that I couldn't get on or couldn't understand because I hadn't seen these two movies. But now I have seen these two movies, and I have to say they're pretty good. I give them entirely like an 8 out of 10 just because it markets itself as a horror franchise, but it's more of a comedy franchise. This was so much way funnier than I remember. But yeah, overall, good movies, and now I can't wait to finish Welcome to Derry. I have 3 episodes left, and it's New Year's tonight. Happy New Year's!
That's good, Snake. Hurt me more. That's good, Snake. Hurt me more. Hurt me more.
Yes! 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 Finally, dude.
I felt that, Snake. Do you remember me now?
Oh my god.
Can't be.
No way.
You were killed in Zanzibar. What? Not again.
What?
What's happening?
I'm losing myself.
Oh man. Oh shit.
Is it over?
Maybe, dude. What the hell? Hello?
Gray Fox. Colonel. That ninja is Gray Fox. No doubt about it.
Oh my
Ridiculous.
god.
You of all
Impossible.
people should know he died in Zanzibar.
No. He should have died, but he didn't.